Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and it's baby Stella. And today, by special request, I'm going to be showing off the African Baobab trees. I have a planting of 3 that are looking really good, except that I just discovered like massive infestation of mealybugs and white flies, so that's fun. So we're going to take care of that. And then I have one specimen, which is the oldest of them all. And it's been coming out of dormancy like the slowest of all time. So you'll have to see. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, so here they are. Planting of 3, looking good, budding out beautifully. And then my specimen here. Oh. So you see, it's cool. It's there, it's coming out, it's alive. There's another one down here. So I know it's alive. It did get repotted this year, so that might be why it's a little slower to come out, but just oddly slow. And then I'm all excited about these. I'm like, well, at least these guys are doing really well. And lickety blow, look at all that crap. They're really, really small, lots of them. So I know that they probably just hatched. Ton on here too, so I'm gonna have to get in there and do some operating. Might just clean it off and try that. I'm not gonna use dish soap. I'm gonna try a new technique. I've heard about using hand sanitizer and also just rubbing alcohol. So I've got this all natural hand sanitizer that has blood orange essential oils in it, coconut oil, and a good 62% ethyl alcohol. So I think that I'm going to try this, and I'm going to get all up in the cracks of the branches, the crotches of the branches, because that's where these little bastards like to lay their eggs and everything else. So yeah, we're going to use that to clean it up. I'm not sure actually if I'm going to be doing a pruning, because it looks pretty good otherwise, other than these. And they're just, 4 years old. What am I supposed to do with that? I prune it. I pruned it once, maybe twice, and that's all you got there. So I would rather them look really good for the season. So if I could clean them up without damaging the leaves, I think I'll leave them like that. And then I got a couple of these pretty cool little succulents. This is a Echeveria Pearl von Nuremberg, and so that came from my broski, who has that really fancy, he operates that estate with the really fancy glass stone greenhouse and all that. He gave me a bunch of different samples of their rare species that they've got and sent them home. And since these don't really need to be watered that much, I think they kind of match the landscape, and will jazz it up, like a couple of little bushes out there. And then over here, I've got my 3 meerkats. And I've got some rocks that I gathered around the area that I feel like they represent a nice kind of, I don't know, desert theme type of thing. So, yeah, I'm going to clean these up off camera. Now that you saw them, you don't need to watch me clean them. I'm literally just going to be like washing it off and then getting in the cracks, squirting this hand sani on these Q-tips and getting all up in there. Then we'll plant these and we'll decide whether we're going to prune. So my broski from Romania, I didn't catch his name, NN are the initials on your YouTube handle. This one's for you, broski. Just to give you kind of a show on what they're supposed to look like, or what mine look like after 4 years. Side note, he had asked if when these go dormant and drop their leaves, if I don't water them, because that's what you're supposed to do. But I actually do water them, not as much as I do when they're in season, but I get too nervous to just like let something completely dry out like that. So I figure if I water lightly, no harm, no foul, and so far so good. So 4 years, these are 4 trees out of 125 seeds. So I have another video tagged like the most difficult tree to grow from seed. I still put this as the reigning champion, the Baobab. So, all right, I'm gonna get to cleaning, and then we'll get in here and maybe do a little pruning. So off camera, I just heard the garbage can flip over, which I've heard twice now while doing bonsai in the porch, and it means bear in the garbage. So there was just 2 bear about, I don't know, twice the size of Bruce Lee and thick, so little guys. Obviously looking for food, which makes me feel bad, but we have like 0 waste here. If we don't eat it, it goes to the dogs, and the dogs don't eat it, it goes to the chickens. So our garbage is literally full of like diapers and kitty litter and stuff. They get a not so nice surprise when they get into my trash. So clearly we're just gonna leave this one alone. There's no bug activity. It's just slow, I'm gonna say, because of the repot. So whatever. I've got this up on the turntable. It's a heavy pot. I like it because it's like thick and kind of, I don't know, a desert feel for a terracotta, and I don't know, kind of like a bean shape. I think it adds to the planting. It matches the rocks kind of. So I know why I typically just chop everything off, because cleaning these bugs is just so tedious. The mealies and the white flies, if you're gonna have insect issues, like, they would be my choice, because they're not as terribly dangerous to kill the tree. Like, I cut my teeth in bonsai with starting with spider mites, and you don't know what you're looking for because you've never had it before, and all of a sudden your plant's engulfed in a web and all these tiny little spider mites, and they are like truly deadly. I have lost a lot of trees to those. In the beginning I lost a lot to them. They only show up once in a while now. So anyways, totally disgusting having all these nasty little mealies up in the cracks, and underneath the leaves is where I was finding most of, I want to say, probably the eggs from the white flies and or the mealies. And so if it wasn't the Baobab, I would have probably just defoliated and started again, but these things are hard to grow. I definitely want to keep them alive, and so I wouldn't take that risk like, say, I would on a maple or a Delonix, Regia, or Jacaranda. Take it all the way down. So it's blowing in the wind nice. I say we get these I want to say they're, I don't even know where they're from, but all right, so we got the succulents planted. I was just like yammering to myself, and Laura came out to see if they were still bare around, and she's like, I don't think you're recording, babe. I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. It's probably because these, out of San Diego, California, these Cutwater mango margaritas are so delicious. They have everything mixed in. Gluten-free, high-quality tequila, mango, lime juice. It's lovely. Try not to drink beer from now until July 9th, when Stella's birthday party is, because it's going to be at the pond and I'll be teaching paddleboarding and stuff, and I'm 40 now, so you want to show the abs and have some lines. You can't just be drinking beer all willy-nilly all the time, although I would drink plenty of them if that wasn't the case, but it's probably for the best. This way you have a good balance. Imagine if beer made you thinner, how much people would drink. So even on my little meerkats here in the cracks, looks like there's egg sacs and or mealies. So I'm just gonna get my Q-tip up in those areas. I got this meerkat thing at the gift shop in Dresden, Germany, at the zoo / botanical garden. I took like so many seed pods and stuff from that place. It was amazing. From that whole trip, thousands of seeds. Spent $75 with customs getting them home, and not to mention the souvenirs I tried hiding them in so that customs wouldn't seize them. And 3 trees grew. It's a pretty cool planting, but it's just so funny. $25 per seed, basically. I'm going to go wash this thing under the sink because it's just like all up in the cracks. It's terrible. And I don't think I'm going to do any pruning. You know, it was under attack. Let's see if any of these leaves die off and how they react with the hand sani. I'm glad that they're happy. And, you know, the other one, we'll call it a repot year, and that's why it's struggling. So hopefully that pulls through. If it just dies out of nowhere, might have to say that it was because I watered it during its dormancy period and it didn't like it. So I will keep you posted on that. So my broski, to be named at another time, from Romania. I hope this helped you out. Hope you have good luck with your baobabs, and everybody else out there. If you're looking for a nice relaxed tree to enjoy, don't grow one of these. But if you want to live vicariously through me, deal with the insect infestation, 8-month dormancy periods, and very slow growing, and absolutely no ramification upon pruning, then you could just stick with me and watch for years to come, because it doesn't look like it's going to be changing much. So yeah, it's going to do it. So from my family to yours, cheers.